Are you looking for the best gaming monitors? In this video we will look at some of the best gaming monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Dell Alienware AW3423DW. The best monitor for gaming that we've tested is the Dell Alienware AW3423DW. It's an ultra-wide gaming monitor that doesn't have the highest resolution or refresh rate compared to other monitors, but it combines its fantastic gaming performance with outstanding picture quality. It has a near-instantaneous response time, resulting in incredibly smooth motion without visible blur. It also has a 175 Hz refresh rate and natively supports GSANC variable refresh rate (VRR) technology to reduce screen tearing, which is beneficial if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. If you have an AMD graphics card and don't need native GSANC support, the Dell Alienware AW3423DWF and the MSI MEG 342C QD OLED are similar, cheaper monitors. They offer nearly the same performance, as all these displays have a QD OLED panel that makes blacks look deep and inky in dark rooms. They also make colors look vivid, but the AW3423DW gets the brightest out of these three options. If you want another QD OLED option with a bigger screen and a higher 240 Hz refresh rate, consider the super ultra-wide Samsung Odyssey OLED G9/G95 SCS49C G95. However, because it costs more, only consider it if you want such a big display. At number 2. ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM. The ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM is a great 27-inch alternative if you prefer a smaller screen. It uses a different type of OLED panel than the Dell Alienware AW3423DW, which doesn't display the same vivid and bright colors. However, it still shows deep blacks without any blooming. Despite the differences in picture quality, it's another fantastic gaming monitor with an even higher 240 Hz refresh rate that's ideal for competitive gamers. It has a near-instantaneous response time that results in smooth motion handling, no matter the refresh rate you're gaming at. It also has FreeSync VRR support with GSINC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. Lastly, it has low input lag for a responsive feel, but you must update it to the latest firmware for the lowest input lag. If that's a concern for you, and you want something with fewer bugs out of the box, the LG G27QC is another great option with the same panel, but it doesn't get as bright, so the ASUS still offers the best performance. If you like the ASUS 240 Hz refresh rate but prefer a higher 4K resolution with that refresh rate, check out the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85. It's a different type of monitor that uses mini LED backlighting, so it gets brighter than the ASUS but doesn't display the same deep blacks. It's still a good choice for playing detailed games and has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. At number 3. Gigabyte M27U. While the Dell Alienware AW3423DW and the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM are excellent high-end gaming monitors, if you find them too expensive, you can consider a mid-range option like the Gigabyte M27U. It has an LED backlit LCD panel instead of an OLED panel, so it doesn't have the same premium picture quality with perfect blacks like the Dell and the ASUS. That said, the main advantage of this monitor over the other two is that it has a higher 4K resolution, delivering more detailed images. However, if you want a 4K monitor with better picture quality, consider the Acer Nitro 15275KP3 Bipros, an excellent mid-range gaming monitor that costs more. The Gigabyte features HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that's ideal for console gaming as you can take full advantage of the PS5 and Xbox Series X. On top of that, it's versatile for PC gaming, thanks to its 160 Hz max refresh rate, VRR support, and fast response time across its entire refresh rate range. If you find the 27-inch screen size too small, the Gigabyte M27U is a similar monitor with a larger screen, but it costs more for a minimal difference in performance. At number 4. LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB. If you don't need a high-resolution monitor and prefer looking for something in the lower mid-range price category, check out the LG 27GP850B. You can also find it available as the 27GP83BB at different retailers, and both variants are excellent for gaming. It has a lower 1440p resolution than the Gigabyte M27U, so images aren't as sharp and detailed. However, it has a slightly higher refresh rate as each variant has a native 165Hz refresh rate, with the 27GP850B having an overclock feature to boost it up to 180Hz. If you want an even higher 240Hz refresh rate, consider the LG 27GR83QB, but it tends to cost more. The 27GP850B has a fantastic response time at any refresh rate and a backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur. However, it only works within a narrow range and not at the same time as VRR, and the 27GP83BB doesn't have the same feature. Luckily, both variants have FreeSync VRR support and GSANC compatibility to reduce screen tearing, and they have some extra features to give you a competitive advantage, like a black stabilizer and virtual crosshairs. At number 5. ViewSonic XG2431. There are plenty of options available if you want something on a budget. You'll have to sacrifice a few features, but you can still get a monitor with impressive gaming performance, like the ViewSonic XG2431. It has a lower resolution than the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB in a smaller screen, so it doesn't deliver the same immersive gaming experience with detailed images. That said, if you want a higher resolution, there are still some 1440p options you can look into, like the Dell G2724D, but these have lower refresh rates. What makes the ViewSonic great for gaming is that it has a high 240Hz refresh rate, which is ideal for competitive PC gaming. This helps provide an extremely fast response time for smooth motion, and the monitor also has an optional backlight strobing feature. This improves the appearance of motion by reducing persistence blur. Unlike many monitors, you can customize its flicker, which is a nice addition to a budget monitor, but like many monitors, it doesn't work at the same time as VRR. It has FreeSync and is GSANC compatible, so it works with almost any source. At number 6. Gigabyte GS27QC. If you want a simple and cheap gaming monitor, comes with a 24.2 megapixel different retailers that are available at a low range of 100 to 25,000 gaming performance. It's among the latest DSLR cameras gaming performance, which made it the most portable and easiest to handle in store. It's also quite from the ViewSonic XG2431 because it has a lower 170Hz image quality refresh rate and worse motion handling, footage is so it isn't as ideal for competitive gaming. This camera isn't the motion handling is still good enough the buttons are all over the place. It has a higher 1440p resolution than the ViewSonic and a bigger screen. If you're looking for a more immersive gaming experience, you may want to look elsewhere. It also has FreeSync VRR and GSANC compatibility. This is the only one with a lens lock, which allows you to extend the lens so it helps bring the edges closer to you when you're sitting right in front. That it's a good feature, because it has narrow viewing angles and terrible ergonomics. But it's just not user-friendly. It's hard to share your screen with someone next to you for co-op gaming. We would forget that the lens needed to be unlocked or relocked when we were done. We found it to be more annoying than useful. The build is made of plastic, which isn't a bad material, but it feels cheap and not very durable. While this camera is capable of capturing good video, Nikon falls short in terms of the customer experience, which knocked this camera down a few pegs.